Good morning, amigos, and welcome to Café con Beto, where we talk about real estate. I'm Beto. The polls are open now in Chicago, and they got me thinking about housing policy. Let's break down the presidential candidates' housing plans and offer a grade and some guidance. Housing's a big issue. Prices are high, rates are still kind of high, and there just aren't enough homes to go around. One guy ran for office saying the rent is too damn high. I'm not mad at you, brother. They are high. So how do we fix that? Both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump have proposed housing plans. Kamala Harris's plan basically gets a B. Donald Trump, gotta give him a D. Sorry. Here's why. Kamala Harris's plan, not perfect. Good start. Practical, would work reasonably well. We've seen it before. Smaller scale, but we've seen it work. She's got three main pillars. Number one, 3 million new homes. That's about a 50% increase over what we normally build. Not quite clear on where the incentives come from or if it's going to be insurance breaks or whatever, but it's a plan and it's doable. It addresses the supply side. Awesome. On the demand side, $25,000 down payment assistance unleashes demand. Gen Z, out of mom's basement. Thank God, right? You get your own place now. Household formation like gangbusters. That addresses the demand side. And $25,000 might not seem like it's everything you need, but it's more than you probably need. It's like 5% of $500,000 property, right? So you get whatever, you get an FHA, you get a conventional loan, you're good. Finally, on Kamala Harris's plan, $40 billion to allow local states and municipalities to do it their own way. This is why I have to give it a B. Because what works in Wyoming won't work in Wichita. Willow Springs is not the West Side. We need custom solutions. And frankly, whatever you're doing, decentralized command is usually better. We are a market-driven economy. We're not China. So Kamala Harris, because she addresses both supply and demand, because she decentralizes the solutions, good, get a B. Donald Trump. Man, I wish I could be kinder, but it's dumb, dystopian. It gets a D. Donald Trump's plan is basically twofold. Number one, open up federal land for housing. There's lots of reasons not to do that. Environmental. We have agreements with, nations that live there right now. Native American brothers and sisters. But the infrastructure cost would be enormous. Low density areas drive up costs per unit. And if people wanted to live there, they would have been already moving in that direction. Opening federal lands is not a non-starter, but it's a step in the wrong direction. It's not market driven. Now, here's a real problem with Donald Trump's plan. He wants to deport non-citizens. He's masquerading an immigration policy, a nativist approach, as sort of some kind of populism. Those are two different things. Number one, if he could have done it, he would have done it. He can't. It would tear this country apart. Yeah. Number two, even if you could do it, like wave your magic policy wand, you're destroying the labor that's building these properties, right? Over half of the construction workers in Chicago are Mexican, like 52% to be precise. And nationwide, it's like a third. The people that are picking the fruits, it's 40%. Like the immigrants aren't going anywhere because just like those crops aren't picking themselves, these buildings aren't going to build themselves. We know that it doesn't work. Look at Florida. The Florida Policy Institute estimates that DeSantis's recent immigration crackdown is costing Florida $12.6 billion. And that's just in his first year. All right, so here's some solutions, regardless of who wins, Kamala with her B or Donald Trump with his D. Let's give you 4 solutions. Number one, we got the labor. Let's get the lumber. In other words, eliminate tariffs. I don't know why we're slapping our ally Canada with tariffs on wood and steel, and calling it a national security issue. That's just it's disingenuous. So eliminate the tariffs on raw materials. Removing tariffs on these materials will lower costs for construction and make homes thusly more affordable. If they're more affordable, there'll be more of them, and it's good for everybody. Number 2, construction visa permits. Just like with the Bracero movement, it's Bracero 2.0. It's a way to unleash the industriousness of the immigrants that are here and let them stay because they're building us homes. An earned income tax credit, that would be the third one. I would give those guys and gals, regardless of status, if you choose to be a construction worker, you get a tax break because we need you right now, right? I guess it'd be number 4. Increasing density by right. Allow by right construction for more housing density. Like adding units. In Chicago, if you turn a basement into an additional dwelling unit and then the coach house in the garage, you just tripled the housing stock like that. It's not rocket science. Just get out of the way and let people do what they want with their houses. Finally, this is more controversial. Fully reinstate the SALT tax deduction, which was capped at $10,000 in the 2017 Tax Cut and Jobs Act. Air quotes, Jobs Act. That was dumb policy. Dumb policy that was aimed at punishing California, Illinois, New York, where property taxes are already high. That just destroyed inventory because nobody's gonna... That's a long conversation. Just get rid of the cap, okay? That was dumb. In closing, wherever you are, it's time to vote. Housing's a real issue. We need real solutions. Let's vote on it. Kamala Harris has a plan. Not perfect, but it's realistic, and it's a good step in the right direction. Solid plan B. With a little bit of tweaking, I just gave you 3 or 4 ideas. It could be an A+, no problem. Donald Trump, you might love him because he's whatever. But on housing, he gets a D for dumb and dystopian. Thanks for watching Café con Beto. I'm Beto. This is episode 52, Housing Policy. Let's vote on it. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.